Okay. Okay, we are live. Hello, this is Dominic Palmer, Superintendent of Schools in Merrick, and this is our June board meeting. And I'd like to turn it over to the board president.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the Board of Education meeting from May 5th
Motion,
and the special board meeting on May 26th. A motion to do both of
sorry
those.
for the motion.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to move the treasurer's report. Any questions on that? No. Okay, motion,
Motion,
second.
Second.
All in favor?
aye. Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to move the claims audit report from April of 2020. Motion,
Motion,
Second.
all in favor?
Second.
aye. Aye.
Okay. And I'd like to make a motion. Any questions first on the statement of paid claims? Nope. Okay, a motion to approve the statement of paid claims from May of 2020.
Motion,
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Okay. Brings us to good and welfare. Congratulations to Nancy Golden, teacher at Lakeside, on the birth of her granddaughter, Jamie. Congratulations to Eileen Robinson, a teacher at Lakeside School, on the engagement to Alan Fox. Congratulations to Libby Trenchany, principal at Lakeside School, on the graduation of her son Andrew from High Point University. Congratulations to Maureen Farachek, school greeter at Lakeside School, on the graduation of her son Brian from SUNY Geneseo. And congratulations to Lucille Vanek, teaching assistant at Lakeside School, on the graduation of her daughter Sydney from Stony Brook. Congratulations to Eileen Klein, teacher at Lakeside School, on the graduation of her daughter Rachel from Binghamton University. Congratulations to Christine Lamarca, teacher at Lakeside School, on the graduation of her daughter Danielle from University of Delaware. Congratulations to Dina Pizzuro, teacher assistant at Lakeside School, on the graduation of her daughter Noelle from Nassau Community College. Congratulations to Karen Sanicola, teaching assistant at Lakeside, on the graduation of her daughter Ava from BMCC. Congratulations to Michelle Villagio Condello, teacher assistant at Lakeside School, on the graduation from Empire State College. Congratulations to Dr. Jill Karp, assistant superintendent for instruction and educational services, on the graduation of your son Jonah from Syracuse. Congratulations to Corey Gerard, art teacher at Burt School, on the birth of his daughter Sophia Violet. And condolences to Judy Alves, teaching assistant at Chatterton School, on the passing of her mother, Patricia. Nancy, that brings you to.
It does. That brings us
Hearing of
to,
visitors.
do we have any questions for hearing of visitors?
No, I've checked the email address and there are no questions for hearing of visitors, no
Okay,
comments.
so that brings us to your superintendent's report.
Okay, so Jim O'Byrne has joined us this evening, our Director of Facilities. Last meeting, the board requested an update on all our capital work. Take it away, Jim.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi, Mr.
Hi,
O'Byrne.
Jim.
Hi,
Jim.
Jim.
So great to see you.
It's great to be seen and it's nice to see everybody as well.
Look well
Hope you
rested.
all had a nice Mother's Day.
Thank
And
you.
Butch, happy Father's Day.
Thank you. We're getting there. Same to you.
Thank you. This is my bond report for June of 2020. The site work connected to the Chatterton School's new addition is complete. Temporary fence dividing the field has been removed. System clocks have been installed in the addition so that the time is unified building-wide. The temporary hallways have been removed. Room signage has also been ordered. Doors and safety glass have been installed. Door locks, which were held up due to the pandemic, are scheduled to ship next week. After the locks are installed, a fire inspection will be performed. With the fire inspection and certificate of substantial completion, the State Education Department will be asked to provide a certificate of occupancy. For the air conditioning and classroom toilet renovations at Lakeside, Birch, and Chatterton, along with the Chatterton casework project, punch list work continues. This includes installing trim pieces for the unit ventilator cabinets and covering of the electrical wires, heating pipes, and refrigerant pipes that go to those units. The second floor ladies' room at Chatterton has again been redone and now seems acceptable. If you recall, twice the district rejected the finished product. The handicap power door operators, and there are several of them located in each building, need to have the controls connected. Polaris Electric has installed the new electric panels at Lakeside. If you recall, that really disrupted power to Lakeside for about 2 weeks. They now await PSEG to do a primary power switch on the telephone pole located outside of the district's property. J&S is waiting for this to be completed prior to their finishing of the air conditioning startups at Lakeside. Bids have been opened and awarded for the site work at Birch and Lakeside. Both sites will be receiving new asphalt, sidewalks, and redesign of the parking areas. We are trying to improve the flow of traffic during arrival and dismissal. Bids have also been awarded for the window work district-wide, including operating windows for the Lakeside Gymnasium and window security film on all first floor classroom windows. Excuse me. Classroom casework bids at Birch and Lakeside were opened last Wednesday and are under review. Contractors need to have done similar work in schools within the last 5 years and confirm that they have included all the labor and materials as defined by the architect. Hopefully, we will ask the Board of Education to meet soon and award these bids in the near future. And this concludes my report for June of 2020.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Thank you, Jim. Stay
We-
well. So
Yeah,
great
You'll
to
get
see
Jim.
you.
Take care, Jim.
We come to appreciate the normal things, Jim, and seeing you is one of those things for us. So great to
Sure.
see you.
Thank you.
I'd like to
Good.
make a motion
Great.
to approve items A1 through 15, B1 through 3, D1 through 3, and E1 through 15.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I want to point out something, Nancy, when you're saying about we come to appreciate the usual things, this is really something that I really regret that we're losing in this pandemic. Normally in the June meeting, we honor music students, art students. We make a big deal out of it. But also we honor the people who have announced their retirements. We have them come out. We have their friends, their family, their coworkers for years come out, and we give a speech about each of them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because of this circumstance, we're not doing that. But I do really want to take a moment to mention that in this agenda, there are a number of really fantastic people who are officially retiring. We have 3 of our teaching staff members, Elizabeth Orphan, Linda Simone, and Nancy Golden, who are retiring, all after many years of service to the school district. Jim Griffick, one of our custodians, and Guy Lang, who are custodian and cleaner. They're retiring again after many years of service. And then among our teaching assistants, we have 4 people who have done great service to the district: Carol Hunter, Paula Camlet, Kathleen Shroom, and Sari Saval, I'm sorry, all of which are retired. These people will be a loss to us. They've done great service to the district. We will still be honoring them with a normal clock that we send out to every them. So they will get that in the mail. And it's just very disappointing to me personally that we couldn't have them with us today in person in the Cubs cave for the big celebration. But I think we do need to acknowledge that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dom. Our sincere thanks to all of the retirees for all your dedication and service to the Merrick community and the children of our schools. We appreciate you, and you will definitely be missed. So thank you for that, Dom. Okay, so that brings us, I'm like scrolling down, sorry. That brings us to any hearing of visitors. Dom, did you get any emails? I think you said no.
Still
right?
nothing.
Okay, so that brings us to the reports of Merrick Belmore Central High School District, or Belmore Merricks. Nancy.
Either way, it's great. Just really important for anybody with middle school or high school children. Please make sure that you're reading all of your emails this week. There's a variety of information that's being communicated about end of year celebrations. And it's really, really important that, everybody is aware of what the plans are. So I will leave the update there. And just ask everybody to please watch your emails very carefully.
I just have to say, Nance, for a high school parent, the communication level has been incredible. I can only speak for my school. I'm sure Linda could speak for hers as well. Mr. Owenberg is doing a phenomenal job. I'm sure across the whole district, all the schools are communicating the changes, as we are trying to do down here as well. So I just, hats off to all of the administration for really trying to, especially since literally things are changing minute by minute, day by day. So thank you. Can you please pass our thanks?
I definitely will. I will pass that information along, and I will also thank our administration, Dr. Karp, Dom, Sal. I know that the coordination right now with the high school district is tight, because I can't tell you how many times in conversation it's mentioned that somebody was just talking to one of you. And that's really good, because we've talked about, both Gina and I have, and I know our board has as a whole, about really wanting our children to be part of a K through 12 seamless experience, even, though we're 2 separate districts. And I know that's been important to the people on our elementary board. And I appreciate, everything that's being done to make sure that's happening. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and I could also second that. Sorry, I don't want to go on and on about it, but my son is graduating high school now, and the difference from when he started at MAMS to now, his first year it was like small. I mean, it was the introduction of the seamless. But now I see such a huge difference, and that's a testament to all of you, as well as, of course, the high school district. So we thank you for that.
Thank you. And I just want to add, our business official is right in there with the business officials. She's been knocking away at this bus issue, which hopefully soon we will have an agreement and take care of that.
That's true. Thank you, Jennifer. No disrespect intended. Please.
No, not at
Thank
all.
you.
Okay, so legislation. Linda, do you have anything for us? I think you wanted to mention something.
Yeah, just one thing. There's been a lot in legislation. And the most important thing now to mention is that the federal government has not decided on any relief for the state. So I do just urge our residents to please write to your senators and your representatives in the House to urge the federal government to bring relief to the state.
Okay, great. Thanks, Linda. reports of board members. I just want to mention what a great day it was on Friday. Linda, Jill, Nancy, and I, with the huge help of Butch and Gina as well, that unfortunately couldn't attend, but we went to each of the schools to either send off the parade or start the parade or see the parade in full force at Birch, Lakeside, and Chatterton. And it was so wonderful to witness. The smiles on those kids' faces were priceless, and that's why we do this. That's what it's all about. And so thank you for all the teachers, staff, administration. I have a thing here. And thank you to all the families who decorated, made signs for the teachers as they were passing by. It was so great to see. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. Any other reports from board members?
No.
Okay. Any new business?
I have a couple of things. So first of all, just to pick up on the theme of celebrations, I got to follow up after some of the board members were at Birch a little while later. I arrived at the parades, and I agree. It was wonderful. And also all of our staff was very appreciative that the board members came, that they brought them flowers, and they brought them flowers to the other parades that were kind of the reverse, where the staff actually drove around the community. I think it's been very well received. I saw hundreds of messages from community members about how excited they were by both kinds of parades. That's one of the parts of the celebration. There's going to be, in process now, we have celebrations for our sixth graders, awards, graduations, all being done virtually in a separate parade for the sixth graders. All three buildings are doing very similar things. Our PTAs have been amazing in helping the faculty, administration, and staff in planning of these things. As best as you can send off children in the virtual world, they are getting that best send off. And whether it's our sixth graders or even our whole elementary building. You know, we are winding down towards the 17th when we'll close up. But along the idea of celebrations. So our governor was rather busy over the weekend. And one of the things that he did was he announced that in-person graduations to a size of 150 would be allowed. It appears from most of the media accounts of that applies to high school graduations. There's, to our knowledge so far, there was no written order to follow that up. It was basically a press conference statement. So we will be eagerly waiting to see if that allowance applies to not only high school graduations, but other in-person celebrations in schools. And if they do apply to in-person celebrations at schools, we will look towards something towards the summer for our sixth graders, because the earliest you're allowed to do it is June 26th right now. So it would be someplace into the summer that this would happen. But stay tuned for more. Hopefully the next couple of days we get clarification on that issue. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, also a busy governor over the weekend. On Friday evening, he announced that we are allowed to do in-person special education programs. It's often referred to the ESY program, the Extended School Year Program. It is a program, a 12-month program for some of our neediest students with disabilities. We are actively looking at how to pull that off as an in-person program. As I said, the governor mentioned it on Friday, put out an order pretty quickly about that. And today, some Department of Health guidance was issued about the parameters that we have to work with. So right now, we are actively working on it. Dr. Sender has been in touch with staff members who are going to be reaching out to the parents of students who are qualified for that program to get a little input from them, and we're moving ahead. Then the big item is next year. So next year, I am personally hopeful that we will be able to open up in school, in person, all day, every day. No abbreviated schedules, no AB days, no mess like that, that we will have in school. So we have begun to formulate groups of people who are going to work on that planning. Our primary plan is for in-school programming. We will have a secondary plan for virtual school in case that is what was required of us because of the health status of our community. If we go into a virtual world, I see there being a more enhanced program. Not if we're told, oh, it's a week or two, because then it'll be about just getting kids through. But if it's going to be an extended period of time, I think we need to look towards a much more enhanced education program virtually. We also will have a middle ground, which would be some kind of blended model that might have in-person learning enhanced by virtual learning. That in middle model will really come out of our big planning in the in-person versus the virtual. So that's on the table. We met with our labor leadership today to plan the plan. The administrative team is working on it. We'll be looking for parent input in the near future as well. But to all of you who have emailed me along the way, please be confident that our main goal is a safe, rigorous, full, in-school, in-person program for the fall. It may not look like it looked in February, but we're looking to get your kids back to school. That's my last new business item. I have an old business item. You want me to move to that?
I just want to add one more to, I don't know if it really goes in new business or
I do too.
reports of board members that I kind of already said, but I just want to really say that Clarice, our district clerk, has gone above and beyond any one person that I can even ever thank in words. With the orders that the governor has placed on us as a district, the whole administration and of course the clerical staff has stepped up to help us with these absentee ballots and things changing from minute to minute. But specifically Clarice has really worked around the clock, waking up, I'm sure, in the middle of the night worrying that something is not posted correctly, because I know how dedicated and we know how dedicated and special she is to us. So Clarice, thank you so much for going above and beyond and being the glue that is holding this election together for us. You are literally an unsung hero to us, and we want to thank you on behalf of the board and of course the administration, and I'm sure everyone in our district and our community thanks you. So thank you, Clarice.
I wanted to say the same, if you got a second. Thank you, Clarice, administrative staff. I know this is driving everybody crazy. It has to be. And maybe, Don, could you just reiterate the new rules in case somebody doesn't understand them? For the
Yeah,
future
so
of
that
the week?
was going to be my old business because
Okay.
now the vote has almost become old business.
Right.
So
Holding your neck.
to use my new favorite saying, by order of the governor, which I don't think before a couple months ago I ever said in my life, by order of the governor, this year's vote was purely by absentee ballot, not to be confused with the primaries. School budgets votes and school trustee votes were by absentee ballot only. Today at 5 p.m. was the last time you could turn in your ballot in person. And it was also the last time you can get a replacement ballot. But if you mail your ballot and it arrives to the school district before 5 p.m. on the 16th, it will still be counted. So there's still plenty of time to get your ballot in the mail. And I urge everybody to do that. Please exercise your civic duty and vote. So it's been kind of a wild ride. We will start the counting, again, by order of the governor, at 5 p.m. on the 16th. And we will continue that process for a bunch of hours that night and the next day and the next day and the next day, or whatever it takes to get through the many, many ballots that we've already received and the extras that I expect that we'll get before the 16th.
Great. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so that was old business. Any other old business?
No.
Okay, like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor? All right, everyone. Have a
Aye.
great night.
Aye.
Thank you.
Good night,
Okay.
all.
Good night.
Thank you.